All right. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to Tier 3. This is the first race of the second half of the season now. So we're in round 5 out of 8. Um let's see where we were up to at the end of round 4 after the stewards penalties and everything came in. Higgsy took the lead of the championship last week with a double win. He's actually won 3 in a row. So he's taken over the lead from Captain Eli. Eli's led the championship since the very first round. So, but he finished 15th and 13th compared to 1 and 1 for Higgsy. So he's dropped to 26 points behind Higgsy for this one. He's got a lot of work to do if he wants to catch up. He's actually only 3 points ahead of Scotty himself in the Ferrari 296, and Pyro is not too far behind. He is only 6 points behind Captain Eli. Sorry, 9 points behind Captain Eli. And then a lot of other drivers are pretty close behind as well. So if Higgsy can kind of have another solid result here, it might just be a battle for second place between Eli, Scotty, Pyro, Klingbeast, Jack, and Hulk as well. Isn't too far back. But you might see that it is wet. It was a really wet qualifying. I think it started super wet and it dried towards the end of qualifying. So the order is going to be pretty mixed up here. In the constructors, heading into this, the Citroen did retake the lead of the Constructors' Championship. They've got a 12-point lead over Audi, with Ferrari and the two BMW teams falling back a little bit out of contention, but they can try and close the gap again tonight. So let's go through the grid here. Like I said, it was a really wet qualifying. A lot of people, I think, were probably setting the fastest lap times on the Inters, and I think a couple of people managed to get a soft lap in. Now, whether that was actually a lap good enough for pole position, we'll have to see. But yeah, the field spread is quite big. Cherry is lining up in 16th place. His time was 5.5 seconds slower than P15. He is in the 296, and that is a time of a 45.019. Then we've got Higgsy, our championship leader, having an absolutely terrible time in the wet and qualifying. He was himself 1.9 seconds off of the pole time, with a 41.443. So he's got a lot of recovery to try and do in this sprint race if he wants to get himself in the reverse grid positions in the feature. His teammate is just one position higher up in 14th. That's Deco, 3/10 quicker than his teammate in qualifying. And then everyone else was at least in the 1 minute 40. So P13 is Skycloud in the M6. With a 40.416, 3/10 slower than Hulk in the Nissan GTR. Usually he's been quite good in qualifying this season, so I think this might be his worst qualifying of the season, down in 12th for Hulk. 11th place for Sarge, El Sarge in the other GTR. Almost an identical time to Hulk, actually. Neither of them managing to get into the top 10. Then we've got 10th place. We've got the first of the AMGs. This is Spin with a 40.172. So still not into the 39s yet. He is in the AMG, and he is just behind Scotty, who ran out of fuel in the feature race last week. Will be looking to redeem himself this time round. He is just fractionally faster than Spin and Sarge on his hot lap. So going into the top half of the grid, in 8th place, we got Gunmad, who I think set his lap on the soft tyre, so it was still only good enough for 8th. Maybe it just didn't dry enough in that 10-minute qualifying session. He is in the 39, so 39.949, just behind Pyro. Pyro's up in 7th place in the Citroen, the first of the two Citroens, with a 39.8, 848, 400ths quicker than Jack in 6th in the Jag. In the F-Type. And then it looks like the Z4s have had a good one, because Tap is up in 5th place in the Z4, so he's really enjoying the wet weather there with a 39.7. Also on a 39.7 was Klingbeast in the other M6, so managing to get a bit of a better performance than Skycloud in the M6 in this wet qualifying. We've got Whack Jumps up near the front again in qualifying within the Citroen in 3rd place with a 39.62. This is only 1/10 off of pole, so everyone was really close. The top the top 5 were all separated by less than a quarter of a second, actually. In second place, definitely his best qualifying of the season by quite a considerable margin, is Mo Gaffer. So he'd set a 39.5. It was very marginally slower, 800ths slower than our pole sitter, Captain Eli. So what a bounce back from last week's dismal qualifying and dismal 2 races, really. He's managed to get himself back into pole position. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see what can happen here. It's going to be changeable conditions. Not sure if people are going to be making a pit stop. It's quite a long pit lane, but yeah, qualifying only 10 minutes long. This race is over 15 minutes long. So if it was pretty much dry weather where you could set a lap on dry tires at the end of qualifying, maybe the crossover will come. So it's going to be a really exciting one. We will have to see what happens. Let's get going. 10 laps. It is heavy rain. This is wet weather. Not every single person's on intermediates, though. And here we go. Is everyone going to actually make it off the line? It is different levels of grip, though, quite clearly. It looks like Mo Gaffer's actually got himself into the lead, but Wack is close behind. Eli's close behind. We're pretty much 3 wide going into turn 1. Eli really late on the brakes, managing to get ahead of Mo. Mo trying to get the switchback. Eli going a little bit deep. It is absolute carnage behind. We'll have to go back and watch the replay, but at the front, it's pretty much as you were. Captain Eli trying to hold the inside on Wack and try to get P1 off Mo, who goes a little bit wide, and it is pretty much as you were. Let's go back to the start, because that was a bit of a crazy one. Let's join with our championship leader, Higgsy. Starting down in 15th, might have got caught up in that. We saw a few cars go off the grid into turn 1. Really difficult to pick your braking zone, obviously, when it's this wet. So everyone got off the grid. No one just spanned straight into a wall, which can quite easily happen. We're going 4 wide into the first corner. It looks like there's a couple of cars off track. Looks like everyone gets away with it. Jack's actually being jostled down. Gunmad's being jostled down as well. So let's see what happened with Gunmad, because he started all the way up in 8th. And then we'll go back to the action. So great start for Spin there on the inside. You got Tap and Pyro just ahead. Gunman really late on the brakes there. Oh, he punts Jack out the way. Yeah, that would be a penalty if that was reported, I reckon. Gunman a little bit too late on the brakes, and that's why he is slow to rejoin. But let's go back to the front. That is bad news for Jack. So we had Eli challenging into this corner, and Mo is going to win out. But now we're going into this really fast right-hander, which will be really slippery for these cars, since we are technically in wet weather conditions, and they're all on the intermediates. And Wack is trying to pull alongside Eli. Eli's trying to hold the inside again, and it looks like he's going to hold it. Wack's going to get a great exit, and I think that's going to be P2 for him. He nearly spins it, though. Eli's going to pull alongside once again, and this is good news for Mo, who's actually got a little bit of breathing space. Wack is comfortably up into P2 now. Klinger's up in 4th. Pyro's up in 5th. Pyro's trying to challenge. Spin's up in 6th, trying to challenge as well into the right-hander here, which is part of the short track. As we go into the last couple of corners of the lap now, everyone is pretty much as you were. Eli, oh, Wack's actually taken the lead somehow. So where'd that happen? Bad camera angles from the TV view. Let's see. Is Wack just going to be super late here? He is very late on the brakes. Down into 2nd. Mo couldn't have a go back at him, so Wack has gone from 3rd to 1st on this first lap, which we've seen happen last week as well. Managed to take the lead on the opening lap of the sprint. This one was a little bit more difficult. And something's happened to Spin. Oh dear, what's happened is... So, we saw him having a great start. He's really close to Kling and Pyro, who are challenging each other, who've also really closed the gap to the top 3. So this top 6... And Tap's not that far behind as well. So his Spin, he's not actually under any pressure here. He just loses it on his own. Nearly saves it and then goes all the way around. We got Cherry and Gunmad and Sergeant really far back. A little bit further up, Wack's actually dropped to 3rd, so he's making a mistake. What's happening here with Wack? He had a comfortable lead. Hasn't won a race yet this season, Wack. Neither has Mo. Eli has. Up in 3rd, and he just goes completely off track there. He's on the grass, and he's going to have to try his best. And Looks like Eli has managed to get past Mo at the exact same time, so Eli's actually taken the lead from third to first there. He's going to end the first lap, potentially in the lead of this race. Mo is settling into second, Klinger's up into third, Pyro's up into fourth after all that. Whack still in fifth, with Tap right behind him trying to challenge. And then we got Hulk, Scotty, Deco up in 9th, and Higgsy all the way up in 10th with a really good first lap for him. Make that 9th because it looks like his teammate's going to let him through. Jack recovered, he's still with the pack, to be honest, still in 11th. Then we got Kira, Cherry, Spin, Sarge and Gunmad rounding out the rest of the grid as we start lap 2. Still really heavy rain here. And someone's made a big mistake. That looks like Klinger. Klinger's dropped all the way down now. So every single corner it looks like someone is having a huge issue. So it looks like he's pretty early on the brakes. Everyone, whack. That is not Klinger's fault. Let's go back. Oh dear. Hold on. No, it might not have actually been Wack's fault. It might have been Hulk's here. Wack looks like he's braking early, which he is. Yeah, everyone just concertinas into each other. Scotty's actually going to try and get through all of them. Wack gets away with it. Tap's still in 7th. Klinger's dropping outside the top 10 as a result of that. Back up at the front, Pyro's now... Oh dear. The two Citroens are not having a good time of it. Scotty has a great opportunity to take advantage of these. This is slight chaos. So we got Jack in the reverse grid positions at the moment. Deco and Higgsy trying to make some progress as well. This is a good start for Higgsy. He's putting some pressure on Hulk and Tap, who are kind of side by side. Hulk's completely off the track there. Might lose that spot to Higgsy now as well. Actually, no, he's kept it on and he's still ahead of Tap going into the braking zone. Tap's going to get it maybe. Higgsy, Hulk has to try and stay on track, which he does pretty nicely. Now he's covering the inside, gives Tap a little bump there. And, oh, it's all a bit messy, isn't it? This is letting the top 5 really break away, though. Hulk and Higgsy still side by side here. A little bit further up, you can see Mo and Pyro having a bit of a go at each other. Everyone's super close together. And Higgsy is ahead of Hulk as we end this one. A little bit further up, Mo has lost that position to Pyro. But he's trying to get it back. Wack is working with Pyro to try and get himself ahead of Mo as well. So Mo falling backwards a little bit. Eli's got maybe a second gap on these as well. Wack braking early again for this one. And they are side by side. Wack nearly losing traction on the rumble strips there. We are now back in Inter's territory. It stopped raining, so we're in the portion of the race where it's going to start getting progressively drier. Still cloudy though, so it's not going to dry too quickly. If the sun comes out, that's when we're going to start seeing that water gauge go down fairly fast. Wack having a little look at Mo, nothing you can really do there. Scotty might get a better exit as a result, not really. So the top 5 broken away. Tap is ahead of Higgsy now. Higgsy going to be trying to get a move done on Tap. Jack's all the way up into 8th as well, so he's making some good progress back up the grid after that first corner issue. Yeah, Higgsy letting Tap get away from him a little bit at the moment. And Jack might be putting a little bit of pressure on Higgsy. Needs to get past Higgsy. Higgsy has the lead of the championship, but there's still half the season to go. But he's already made up 8 places, I think Higgsy has. Ooh, Deco nearly making a little bit of contact through Jack, taking a bit of a better entry into the final turn. But that made his exit a little bit worse. Any action going on a bit further up. Wack is closing in on Mo once again, so Mo's back up into 3rd. Fastest lap is a 45 flat from Tap. So we were in the 30s, in the 39s and 38s in qualifying, so we're at least going to see those kinds of times. Everyone's super close together here. No one's managing to get a move done. A little bit further back. You can see the sun starting to come out now. And everyone's going purple as well by quite a way, so the lap times are really going to start tumbling. Outside the top 10, we've still got Hulk. We've got Hulks has had some issue that we've missed. We've got Gunmad and Sarge having a bad one. Sarge was qualified in 11th, I think, as well, so he's dropped back. Cherry started last, he's up in 12th. Spin's made another one! Hey, I wouldn't have seen that if I wasn't checking further down. What's happened with Spin? Is he going to go a little bit onto the wet? Yeah, he goes off the dry line and he goes onto the grass. Yeah, that'll do it. If I'm Spin, I'm probably putting on the softs now. Because look how dry the dry line is. If you could just keep it on the dry line, pit now, you might be able to catch some of the Inters runners. You need to make it back to the pits though first, really. That's what I would do. Worth the gamble. At the front, what are they going to do? Everyone's pretty close together. Mo has lost the position to Whack once again, so they keep swapping places. And yeah, people trying to stick to the dry line. Some of them are not doing a good job of sticking to the dry line, which is going to affect the grip as they're going through the final turn there. Klinger catching up to Deco by the looks of things. They are going to cool the tyres off, so this is a sign that Deco doesn't fancy hitting for softs. He wants to keep the Inters cool. Jack having a little look at Higgsy above. You'll have to be a little bit careful here out of turn 1. And now here comes Klinger on Deco with an absolutely great exit. He sticks it on the dry stuff. That'll give him a little bit more speed down here. Side by side into this corner. Klinger has to go over the wet bumper there. Now they're still side by side. Deco's got the inside line here. Klinger's trying desperately to stay on the dry line as well, and they are still managing to do that pretty nicely. Now Klinger is on the inside and gets that position. I think he's going to get that position. Yeah, he does. Good overtake there from Klinger. Not much going on in terms of overtakes further up. Let's see if anyone put on the dry. So Sarge has got onto the softs. Spin has got onto the softs, so he did what I thought was the right thing. Hulks has also got onto the softs. Everyone else... Oh. What happened? I left for 1 second. So into the braking zone, a little bit of contact under braking. Deco goes off, and then he spins it again for good measure, and he gets reset to track as well. So Deco is the last of the Inters runners. It'll be interesting to see how quickly Gunmad can catch up to him, because we've still got over half the race left. The sun is out. What are these guys going to do? Are they carrying on? Eli all over the shop here. Pyro's got a great opportunity with how badly Eli took that final corner. Is anyone coming into the pits? It doesn't look like it. Oh, someone's coming in. A couple of people are coming in. Okay, some split strategies going on here. These guys surely have committed until the end of the race. Here comes Pyro for the lead of the race. He hasn't won in about a year in Monday League, Pyro. Is he going to be able to take the lead? Eli's really deep, and he's on the wet stuff. Pyro should take the lead of the race here. Eli's going to have great traction, acceleration, and he's going to be just enough ahead into the next corner as well. Look at this, everyone's still super close to this top 4, as they have been all race long. But let's have a quick look. So Deco is in the pits. I think he might be the only one who actually came in. So let's rejoin with Pyro, still putting pressure on Captain Eli. Scotty starting to catch up to this top 4 as well, who broke away. Eli going ultra defensive around all these corners. But he's holding off Pyro well. Pyro goes a little bit wide. This is not what he needed. He was on a bit of a run there. And now he's backing Whack up into Mo as well. And yeah, Scotty's nose to tail as well. So what is going to happen between these guys? Pyro's nearly losing it again on the exit. And Whack a little bit shaky, but it looks like they are comfortably ahead of Mo, at least for now. Everyone cooling the tyres again, unless they're coming into the pits. Are they coming in? Is everyone coming in? No, none of them come in. They're just cooling the tyres. Jack with the fastest lap of 39.8, which is pretty much around about where all the fastest... Oh, Whack a little bit deep into turn 1. He's going to lose that spot to Mo, potentially. He's still ahead, actually, somehow. So the Citroen's doing good in terms of the team game. Eli's going to take out a huge chunk on Higgsy, who's still in 8th place. He's actually been overtaken by Jack. And Jack's trying to get past Tap now as well. So Jack really enjoying these conditions. Tap falling back a little bit. We got Klinger and we got Kira in the last couple of positions. Gunmad is on the inters. Cherry is the highest driver on the softs. So is he going to be able to get past Gunmad quickly? Expecting potentially a faster slap here from Cherry. As long as he keeps it on the dry line, he'll at least get Gunmad. He might be close enough to get a couple more positions if he really nails these last few laps. There is quite a huge gap though between the inters and the soft runners. And he's not really eating into Gunmad's gap here quickly enough. Maybe it'll come in the next lap or two. There is still a little bit of dampness on the dry line, not much though. Back to the front. Eli's got a huge lead on Whack now. Whack's overtaken his teammate. Scotty's also managed to get ahead of Mo in all of this as well. So we're nearly at a fully dry track here. And all the top guys are on inters. And the inters should start to wear pretty quickly. I mean, some of it is fully dry. So, yeah, Eli doing what he can to keep his tyres cool. He does have the fastest lap of 39.4, but I'm expecting that to disappear. Surely Cherry is going to set the fastest lap. Where is he? He's just started a new lap. It was a 46.1. So I don't think so. What about Hulked? Set to 39.2, so it's really not that much in the crossover zone. The softs haven't really worked as quickly as they should have, because they're not lapping quicker than no faster slaps for the soft runners. It'll be on this lap surely, but after that there's only two more to go. So staying out definitely seems to have been the right decision. Whack has a bit of a train falling behind him. Scotty's trying to do a double overtake here. He's got past Pyro. Whack's managed to hold on to it for now. That was really optimistic, but now he's caught on the outside, Scotty, and he's in the wet. He's going to probably lose the spot to Pyro and potentially to Mo Gaffer as well. And Mo's going to tuck it in behind as they all head into the wet patches once again. So they're still lapping in the 39s. Scotty going defensive into turn 1. Keeps the spot. Whack and Pyro having a bit of a battle again, and Pyro's got past Whack again. I don't know if that was coordinated or not. But yeah, since the track dried out, it looks like it's Eli's to lose at this point. Tap's holding off Higgsy nicely. Jack's just dropped behind them a little bit. And then 9th and 10th, excuse me, remain the same. Cherry's still not been able to get past Gunmad. So this is really interesting. He is going purple, but Gunmad's still defending this P11 pretty nicely. Obviously no points for P11 and no reverse grid, but you never know if someone has a spin on the last lap. Cherry looking to get past. Oh, never mind. That's his quest over with. Just putting a tyre on the wet stuff and causing the spin there. Hulks now is potentially going to try and set the fastest lap, but his last lap was a 1:43. So these soft runners are not able to set consistently fast laps because they're making mistakes and they're going onto the wet patches. Starting his final lap now, Captain Eli still in the 39s, 39.738, which is actually quicker than Sargent's time. So I don't know. Oh no, it's not. It's 2 seconds slower. So Sargent might be at least getting a consolation bonus point from pitting. The Citroen side by side again. Looks like Pyro went a little bit too deep into turn 1. And covering off Whack into the corner as well. Scotty still in 4th, still not able to get past the 2 Citroens, but is still comfortably ahead of Mo. Then we've got Tap, we've got Higgsy, and we've got Jack pretty close behind. Oh, someone's going a little bit deep there. That's Klinger. And then, yeah, Kira as well has dropped off the back, but still is going to get reverse grid pole as it stands. So let's see. We've got Higgsy on the run down as we go into the final sector of the lap. Our championship leader down in 7th, started 15th. Is going to try and get at least one more position here. Tap going defensive. Higgsy going to try the switch back. Not much he can try there unless he tries to chuck it down the inside, which he does. He goes on the wet stuff and gets that position just before the final corner. Now everyone else going to take the final corner now just ahead. Eli's already on his way to take another victory. It's been a couple of weeks since he's last had a win in his Z4, but it looks like it's back on form here. He's going to take the win from pole position, so 16 points so far for the day for Captain Eli. Pyro takes P2, Whack is 3rd, Scotty 4th, Mo 5th, Higgsy just beats Tap in 6th, Jack is in 8th, Klinger is in 9th. Then we've got Kira is going to take P10 and reverse grid pole. Gunman still on the inters, hasn't been caught by any of the soft runners, despite him having some issues himself. So definitely staying on the inters was 100% the right thing to do in this one. The track just not drying enough. You could still cool the inters down on the wet parts of the track. Hulk is going to be the highest of the finish guys who 2-stopped with that fastest lap of 37.1. Anyone going to be able to beat that? Not Spin, not Deco. What about Sarge? He did have the fastest lap moments ago. 37.9, not fast enough, and Cherry is going to unfortunately be in P16 there. So let's find the feature race. So that was a quite significant one for the championship because Higgsy lost, I think he finished 6th, so that's 10.98. So he got 5 points so far, and Eli got 16. So Eli cut the gap from 26 points to 15 points going into this feature race. Do I need to find it the other way? No, here it is. Yeah, going on the softs didn't seem to work out. I don't know how Cherry was so far higher than everyone else. I guess he pit a few laps later to go onto his softs, which was why he was he was behind Gunmad instead of where Hulks and everyone else was. But yeah, worth a gamble. I think it just promoted Skycloud into P10 though, with all of that, to be fair. So strategy for this, I'm expecting everyone to be on hard tyres, to be honest. Hard medium is the best strategy. Mediums for Scotty. Mediums for Hulked. And mediums for Cherry. Everyone else is on hards. We've got 25 laps here. Nice and sunny this time around. Not sure if we'll see any rain in this 40-minute race. We've got the 2 BMWs starting P1 and 2, the M6s that is. Kira leading Klinger with Jack in 3rd place, so he's in a strong position at the start of this one. Klinger covering off Jack into turn 1. Jack trying to go around the outside there. Having to just tuck behind. Everyone pretty much... Oh, someone's off track. Whack and Gunmad. What happened? Oh man, that's 2 races in a row now Gunmad's done that. Jack was the victim the previous time. It looks like both of the Citroens were the victims this time. So really needs to think about when to brake into turn 1 at the start of races, because obviously those kind of penalties get doubled there. So Eli's all the way up into 8th. He's just overtaken the 2 Citroens who were his 2 rivals, really. Wack is rejoining back in 15th. There has been some change in positions here, so let's see what Tap is up to. The other Z4 Tap trying to get up into P3 on Jack early doors. And yeah, Jack's just been caught out there. Now here comes Higgsy around the outside of Jack. This is an unconventional way of getting an overtake done. And you can see the 2 BMWs fighting with each other a little bit up front as well. Klinger's trying to overtake Kira, and looks like he has done. Everyone else super close behind. You've got Scotty in 6th, trying to take advantage of the chaos, and Mo in 7th. Then we've got Eli 8th, Pyro 9th, and Holt has had an okay start up into 10th. So a little bit further up, everyone's still super close together here. Jack covering off Higgsy again. Higgsy trying the switch back, but loses traction. Tap trying to have a go at Kira as well. Scotty is on the mediums as well, so he's just lost a position back to Mo. So Scotty is the guy who really needs to be getting his way up into first place pretty quickly. Higgsy and Jack still side by side. Scotty's going to probably try and get both of these on the exit here. And Tap trying to get past Kira. Klinger's having a good opening lap. He's got a good little lead there. Scotty's going to get a... Oh, I thought he was going to get a bump from Mo, but instead Mo's going for the position, but the slipstream is going to help Scotty stay ahead. We've got 3 wide into this next one by the looks of things. This is going to be hairy. Jack is caught on the outside here. Not a good place to be. Higgsy braking a little bit early. Kira braking super late. Goes deep. And now we're 3 wide on the exit. Kira has a little bit of a spin. That is not how you want the opening of lap 2. So she goes too deep. Gets caught on the outside here. Then you've got a lot of cars. Oh, she loses traction on the AstroTurf and then goes into the spin. Outside the top 10 now, so that promotes Eli up into 7th, who gives Mo a bit of a... something else is happening. What is going on here? Too much is going on this opening lap. Higgsy's up into 3rd as well in all this, so this is a great start. Mo brakes way too late for Jack, and then has contact with Captain Eli. Hulk is past Eli now. Hulk is probably going to try and get past Mo as well. Scotty's up into 4th on his mediums. Jack has some rear bumper damage with all that and is going to get overtaken by Hulk. He's just having an absolutely fantastic start on his medium tyres, all the way up into 5th already, just picking them off very easily. Scotty's past Taps. Scotty's now challenging Higgsy, so Taps dropped 2 in all the carnage. Scotty's going to try... Oh, he's not going to be able to get a move done on Higgsy because Tap's going to have a great exit from that corner. Gets back up into 3rd. Klinger's just completely driving away here. Hulk is going to try and get past Scotty as well. Both of these guys are on the mediums. Oh, a little bit of contact between Scotty and Tap, and that is a bit of a push to pass there. Hulk is gone through as well. Tap's going for a little bit of a late lunge there, but Hulk should be able to get him on the exit with traction. Loses the traction though, and Tap just gets fully ahead. So at the end of a very chaotic lap 2, we got Klinger leading, Higgsy all the way up into 2nd, so great opening couple of laps. Scotty on the mediums is 3rd, then there's Tap. Hulk on the mediums is 5th, just ahead of Captain Eli, who's had a pretty decent start here still in 6th place on his hard tyres. Trying to get past Hulk's, trying to use the slip of his teammate on the exit here. We've got another Citroen spinning round. That's Pyro this time. Man, our race literally had no incidents like this. A little bit deep there for Pyro. Oh. That was a little, slight potential murder. Let's see. Yeah, Jack, that one's on Jack. So so this is helping Deco get up into 7th. A little bit further up, Hulk is dropping back behind Eli now, but remember he's on the medium, so there's no reason for him to not keep these positions, and he needs to try and get tapped very quickly here. Look at this, just the extra grip on the outside. Don't go for it. As tempting as it is, he was a little bit too far back to go for it on tap. Tap's losing traction as well. Hulks needs to kind of send it into this next one. Same for Scotty on Higgsy, but it looks like he's not close enough to have a bit of a move. Eli's essentially pushing Hulks through this corner at this point. Hulks trying to get on the inside of Tap. It looks like he's going to get it done. So Hulks has got past both the Z4s. Oh, is he going to let Tap go back through again though? Again, poor traction. This is the problem with the Nissan. I was having this issue with it as well. Has he got traction on? I don't think he does. Neither do I. I turned traction on when it started raining though, and I was suddenly a lot quicker. So I don't know if they've changed the TC. I remember TC would definitely cost you a lot of time if you had it switched on. Look at the speed of this Z4. That's silly. That is silly. Looks like Scotty's got past Higgsy as well. Hulk's managing to get past on the exit there. A little bit further up, Higgsy's managed to get past Scotty again on the exit. This is quite an incident-filled race, this one. I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't checked the stewards this week, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of reports from those opening 3 laps submitted. Higgsy a little bit slow on the exit here. This is prime location here for Scotty to try and get past Higgsy. If he can get him into the next corner, then he's got the whole final sector on better tyres to try and pull a bit of a gap on Higgsy. He needs to chuck it, but he doesn't. Maybe the next one. No, Higgsy gets the corner, kind of negotiates it pretty decently there, to be honest. So Scotty's going to have to stay behind. A little bit further back, Eli's gotten ahead of Tap now. Then we've got a lot of cars pretty close together. We've got Spin in 7th, Jack's in 8th, Deco's still in 9th, Cherry's in 10th, just ahead of Mo, who's going to fall behind Whack by the looks of it. Whack recovering after that first corner. Then we got Kira down in 13th, Sarge and Pyro, with Gunmad really struggling in this race here, down in the 41s and 42s for our Tier 4 champion from last season. So start at lap 5, still not even 20% of the way through this one. Quite an eventful one so far. I don't think we'll see any pit stops, even with the medium runners, until minimum lap 10. And then it just depends how good the car is on its tyres. This is a really wonky track in terms of whether it favours the MRs and the FRs. I really think that the MR cars do so much better at this one. You can see, you can see Hulk on his mediums dropping off a little bit now because he's in the GTR. GTR was one of the best cars. I mean, I think since the December update, where loads and loads of cars got either weight reductions or power increases, it's kind of faded a little bit, this GTR. I mean, Hulks did win Nürburgring really convincingly, but that's more of a track where if you're good at it, you're good at it in any car. I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, the tyres aren't too good on it. I mean, Hulks might be two-stopping here, to be honest, and if he is, this is going to be a really tough one, because you saw how much time the pit stop was from the sprint race. No one could catch up, even remotely, even though they were on the drier tyres. It's like Tap's got a half-second penalty. Let's see if this drops him. Actually, loads of people have half-second penalties. Let's see if this drops him behind Spin. Spin having a good feature race so far, after trying and failing with the pit stop in the sprint. Catching up to his American pretty quickly. And he goes for the bump draft instead. That was a big difference in speed. I'd have just gone for the position personally when there's that big of a difference in speed, because you're just bailing the driver in front out. And then you got Cherry and Jack side by side here. So Jack's probably going to keep this one, which he does. Cherry having to tuck in back into 9th. Mo's recovered up into 10th, with both of the Citroens now outside the top 12. This is not going well for the guys who were on the podium in the last race. We've seen a Citroen clown show in this feature. I think we are. Wax got another half second as well, so he's going to drop behind Kira and Pyro by the looks of it. Up front, Higgsy's catching Klinger now. Higgsy and Scotty are both catching Klinger now. Scotty does have the fastest lap of the race, a 36.5, which is almost a full second quicker than what Klinger's been managing. Klinger not being put under any pressure at the start of this one because he was fortunate not to get caught in all of that drama from the start of the race. I think overtaking his teammate, even if it was kind of by accident, was the best thing to happen for him in his race. But he is getting hunted down pretty aggressively here by Higgsy and Scotty. He's deciding to go defensive into turn 1 early on because he knows that the slipstream is pretty powerful. Now this might give Higgsy a great exit. He's going to try and go the long way round. What about Scotty? Scotty's not able to really do much, but Higgsy is starting to get alongside. Klinger's trying to pinch him to the left. And this is going to be potentially the lead of the race for Higgsy. Klinger's going to try and come back, but he's going to be caught on the outside here. And Scotty is lurking in the background, ready to take a position. Now that Higgsy's got past Klinger, Scotty will need to get past very quickly if he wants his race to pan out the way that he wants. Klinger diving along the inside, isn't ready to give up P1 just yet. Still side by side. Someone's come in for an early pit stop as well, so let's see who that is. It is Gunmad. Scotty really late on the brakes, going to go 3 wide. Klinger having to back out massively there. That is just going to give Higgsy a huge lead. That was a bit too opportunistic for Scotty, and it is going to cost both him and Klinger. There looks like there's a pretty dark cloud in the sky actually over that hill. I'm not sure if that's a rain cloud, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with the weather. Still very sunny in the rest of the track though. Now a great exit here for Scotty, and he's got slipstream. He's not going for the bump drafting, he's going for the overtake straight away. This is a drag race between the M6 and the new Ferrari 296. Scotty really revving out the Ferrari as well. So let's see if he can keep it into turn 1 on these medium tyres. Goes a little bit deep, gives Klinger the chance for a switchback, which he's going to try and take. Oh, sorry. Hulks and Eli having a bit of a battle behind as well, you can see. They're side by side. Scotty's going to have the inside. Is he going to be able to keep it? This is some good defending here from Klinger. On the outside, kept it alongside. And they're still side by side. Klinger really does not want to give up these positions. And yeah, Higgsy's got a decent lead now. He's maybe got 2 or 3 seconds. Let's go back and see how Eli got past Hulks. Hulk's going for a really late move here into turn 1. And Eli is going to try and pull alongside for a little drag race down into turn, I think it's turn 3. And yeah, look at Hulk's tyres. So his tyres, I would say about 60% worn. Scotty's are about 40% worn here. So this is the difference in the tyre life. Obviously this 296 is very, very good on its tyres. When you got 5 times tyre wear, it is going to be a great feature race car. Unfortunately for Scotty, not a good sprint race car, which if you're thinking about the whole season, you need to have a car that can be strong in both the sprint and the feature. But this car is not overall one of the quickest, I don't think, over a single lap, and it is woeful. It's Porsche levels of bad off of a standing start. So you're always losing at least 3 positions no matter where you qualify, and you're having to battle with slower people, losing even more time trying to get past them. The chances of you ever getting a podium in a sprint race, if you choose the 296, is super low. But it'll probably give you a better feature race position to start on, and you can get good results there. But if you want to challenge for a championship, which I think Scotty is definitely capable of doing, as Hulk just coming back on Eli once again, it's probably not the right car for challenging for a championship. Whereas something like the Z4, which you wouldn't think is a championship challenging car, really, really good off the line, really, really good on acceleration out of slow corners. So it's very easy to defend positions as Eli goes a little bit wide there out of turn 3. So he's managing to put together a bit of a challenge with an unconventional one. And then we've got this Audi, which is good on its tyres, has really good top speed, so it's going to be good, for example, next week in Tokyo. It's an MR as well, so it's going to be it's going to have the advantages because MRs just seem to be better than FRs at the moment on average. Really grippy through corners, good at fuel saving. The only like negative against it is it's not the best off of a standing start, but it's still nowhere near as bad as the 296. So kind of OP at the moment, I'd say, the Audi. After the December update, it got a lot of love in the December update. So end of lap 9, Higgsy's got a fairly decent lead. Scotty finally has a bit of a cushion on Klinger. We are on lap 10. Scotty's not pitting anytime soon. Potentially, we could see Scotty try the medium soft strategy because he still has plenty of life left in those tyres. Klinger, I mean, he's got almost identical tyre wear. He's maybe 5 or 10% more wear than Klinger, who's on a harder compound. Hulkt is still in 4th, holding off Eli. So Eli's race is falling apart a little bit because he just can't manage to make it stick against Hulkt. So Hulkt coming from outside the top 10 to sit in 4th place with the alternate strategy. What's going to happen towards the end of the race, we'll have to see. Let's have a little look down the grid. Tap is in 6th, Cherry on his mediums. He started, I think, 15th. And he has risen to 7th with all this. Well, 8 PM. just have Discord open at 8 PM, Bluebeard, and you'll probably get it. It's like a race when you're a reserve sometimes. I know there's one or two people who aren't racing this week anyway. Spin is in 8th on the hard tyres, which are wearing pretty quickly. And again, I think the AMG is kind of struggling a little bit similar to the Nissan GTR. It doesn't have the good... It has amazing one-lap pace still. Still one of the best on one-lap pace. But its tyre wear it has been nerfed a little bit in speed as well, and its tyre wear is just really bad in feature races. You can't do anything exciting with... Oh wow, what's happening here? Eli's got himself a half-second penalty, coming under pressure from his own teammate who's bump drafting him by the looks of things. Cherry really close behind as well. No one's pitting yet. A little bit deep there from Tap, but I think Cherry's not got enough tyre life left in him to have a proper go, apart from Eli's gone really deep there. So Eli's falling back here. This is not anywhere near as good a feature race so far from Eli in terms of how it's going compared to his sprint, and Higgsy's having kind of the opposite. So let's keep going down. Pyro's actually recovered pretty nicely into 9th, Mo's in 10th, Whack is in 11th. Then we have Kira trying to recover, is in 12th now, ahead of Sarge. Then we've got Deco, who's must have had some issues. Yeah, you can see lap 6 especially. And then Gunmad, who's on some hards again. Not quite sure why he pit, to be honest, because he's put back on hard tyres. So are we going to start seeing anyone come into the pits? Hulks might be the one that comes in because his tyres look absolutely dreadful. He is coming in, surely. This could be a little fake out. No, in he comes. Our first pit stop from the front runners is going to be Hulked. So he is going to come out in some nice clear air. Someone else is coming in. It looks like Pyro's coming in off the hard, so he's doing the hard. Him and Whack are doing hard medium, and they're going to do an incredible number of laps on the medium tires. We know that, like, again, it's the MR thing. The MR cars can make the tires last a lot longer on this track. So these two, after their horrible start to this feature race, might get huge undercuts on quite a lot of cars here. So Hulk has put 80% in, and he's coming out in clear air. Obviously he's on the hards. 73 for Wack and 89 for Pyro, so obviously Wack has figured out the short shifting in the Citroen and Pyro hasn't quite. And that means Wack has got the jump on Pyro in the pits as well. Yeah, interesting. Scotty on his medium still solidly, comfortably in P2. He's not getting caught by Klinger. His tyres aren't really going off all that quickly. He's managing them incredibly well in this feature race. He's still got the fastest lap with 36.5 as well. Higgsy's in now as well, and Klinger's in. So, this is where it's going to start getting interesting. The first of the front runners are in. Something's happened to Tap. Oh, Tap's coming in as well. He was dropping, but it's because he came into the pits. So, Hulk's given himself a half-second penalty, which isn't great for him on his hard tyres. So has Pyro. So, let's see. I mean, a one-lap undercut on hard tyres with a half-second penalty isn't going to do much for Hulk. He's doing the grass exploit, which actually works for him. This is a harsh penalty line. Klinger's out comfortably in front. Deco is actually behind his teammate Higgsy, so he's a full pit stop down. Higgsy's going to do mediums to the end. Are we going to see a fourth win in 5 races for Higgsy? Or, oh, something's going on here. Eli and Cherry having a nice little battle still. And Spin is joining these guys as well. So Spin, even though he's on pretty worn hard tyres, still doing all right catching up to these guys. Mo's not too far behind. What are we going to see with Scotty? If he wants to make the softs work, he's probably going to have to do 14. No, I'm trying to do maths. 16 on these mediums. So that means he's gonna have to do 3 more laps. Is that possible without it dropping off? He's still lapping in the 37s, which is very decent. And Higgsy, is Higgsy in any sort of traffic? He's not. He's got loads of space. So the 2 AMGs come in now. Deco looks like he's coming in. So Klinger is going to be essentially net P2 if you take Scotty out of the equation, because we have no idea what's going to happen with Scotty. Surely Klinger's going to get the undercut done on Scotty, but if Scotty comes out on softs, it should be pretty easy for him to get back into P1. So who's behind Klinger? Who's going to be, now that everyone's coming into the pits? It looks like Wack has got an undercut done on pretty much everybody after the Citroens came in super early. So Wack is ahead of Tap, Spin slots out in 8th, Pyro's still in 9th, and Hulk is in 10th on his hard tyres. So he's been overtaken by the 2 Citroens. I have a feeling he's going to just drop back, unfortunately for him, with the alternate strategy. Mo 11th, Sarge, whose pit is 12th. We've got Kira, we've got Deco and Gunmad, who's started to see some cars now at least. So it's just the top 3 who haven't pit. Cherry is on the medium, so him and Scotty, teammates, trying to get extra laps out of these medium tyres. Now, it's interesting because the 296 must have better tyre life than the Citroen, although Wack and Pyro are playing on pad, which is a little bit harsher on the tyres. In comes Eli at the end of lap 14. So Cherry's got better tyres than Scotty. Scotty does at least have the lead of the race and a lot of time to play with to drive a bit carefully here. Still lapping in the 37s, which is, he's still 8/10ths quicker than Cherry as well. Higgsy's now in a solid P3. So where is our P2 man in the championship going to come out? He's just putting in fuel now. Here comes Whack, Tap, Spin, and the rest of them, who I think he's going to be behind all of them. It'll be close, actually. Eli's actually going to be ahead of them on fresh mediums. How did this happen? Have they all been fighting or something? Eli must have not had to put in that much fuel compared to some of them potentially. But yeah, he's comfortably ahead of Tap, who pitted a lot earlier, presumably to get a big undercut, but it didn't work out that way. Obviously, when you put in more fuel, your car gets weighed down by that. You got Pyro, who's under pressure a little bit now from Spin. Missing the apexes as well. Pyro and Whack both have wheels, and they both race on pad, so make of that what you will. So yeah, I don't know how Eli's just put in some really good laps, because he's managed to get the overcut done, which you almost never see in GT. In comes... Oh no, Scotty's doing another one. Yeah, end of lap 16, I did say it had to be end of lap 16. So what kind of pace is Higgsy doing? Are we going to see a fastest lap from Higgsy? No. So Scotty still has the fastest lap of the race. Klinger just a tenth slower than Scotty's fastest as well. Eli isn't on his first lap. Whack's been in the 37 so far on his stints, so that's potentially why he needed to be in the 36s like Klinger and Higgsy. And now he is in the 36s. Maybe a couple of laps too late. Tap's in the mid 37s, Pyro's in the mid 37s, Spin's in the high 37s, and Mo's in the mid 36s. So Mo is catching up to these guys. Hulk struggling on his hard tyres, and then we've got a little bit of a battle by the looks of it between Kira and Deco, although it doesn't look like it's going to come to anything there. So the last lap for Scotty, he has dropped into the 38s. Cherry's still in the 38s as well. Scotty, oh, he's sliding around. Look how worn his front left is. That is not the best. This one's going to be a bit of a slow lap, but it is his in-lap. He's going to have some hard work to do, but he should pop out in that huge gap in between Klinger and Captain Eli. And he's doing another one. Okay, what is this lap? Surely in the 39s. No, he's still in the 38s. What about Cherry? Cherry has slightly more tyre life than Scotty, so he can actually do it. So they think they have to do 17 and 8 laps on the softs. Makes sense, makes sense. Cherry might actually get caught by Higgsy before the end of this one if he has any kind of traction issues. Is Pyro on pad to stop spinning? I think he's just quicker on pad, but you know, I think both of them could be quicker on wheel if they put the time in. So in this battle, in this huge group of cars, we still have Eli heading off Whack. Eli's just set the fastest lap with 36.509. I'm pretty sure that'll be beaten by one of the Ferraris, or both of them, when they come into the pits. Whack, pretty much identical time. Tap falling back very slightly, so he needs to maybe look over his shoulder, because Pyro and Spin look like they're chasing him down pretty nicely here. Then Mo is 10th. Hulked on his mediums is going to come under pressure now from his teammate, actually. Hulk's on the hard, sorry, and Sarge is on the mediums. Look at the difference in grip. And Hulked is just going to let Sarge go. Sarge could potentially catch the cars in front. Hulked, it's not looking too likely that that's going to happen. But he had some fun in the first half of the race at least. Made his way up into 4th on the mediums. Scotty's finally in. Right. And you can see that Cherry is following him in, because that's Cherry's car. So we're going to ride on with Higgsy. I think he's going to take the lead of the race quite comfortably now. So our championship leader back into the lead of the race here. Klinger, what's going to happen with him? Scotty's still putting in fuel, so Klinger's going to take P2. What about Captain Eli? He's way too far down, I think. Scotty's coming out of the pits now. And he is out. Eli, despite getting the fastest lap of the race, you can see Scotty just entering turn 1 there. What about Cherry? Cherry's come out on the softs. He's going to be in the top 10. He's in 9th place. On the soft tyres, this is going to be so interesting to see. So Scotty's got a lot of hard work to do. He's got maybe 5 or 6 seconds to catch to Klinger, but Cherry has a lot of cars that he could easily pick off here. He just needs to bring his softs up to speed now, up to temperature. But he has to make quick work of Spin and Pyro ahead of him, because these softs aren't going to be at the top of their performance levels for many laps. Not really closing the gap on them yet, but this final sector is where he's going to start coming into his own. He's fortunately for him, he's out ahead of Mo, so he doesn't have every car in this grid. Oh, Spin's going to make it easy for him as well. He goes off track there. So there's one down. Now he needs to spend this final sector getting really close to Mo, get a good exit off of the final corner. So the question is, how far could Cherry progress up the grid, and is Scotty close enough to get P2 or potentially even P1? So we've got to keep looking at that mini-map. You can see Higgsy's in turn 1, Klinger's approaching it, and Scotty's just a little bit behind them. The problem is, I don't think the Ferrari is going to have the best top speed here. Mo actually might get the position back from Cherry. Cherry has to go super defensive here. He needs to defend. He can't let Mo go for it. And Mo is still going for it. Cherry can get a better exit though, surely, on his soft tyres. He gets muscled out of the way. Mo's back past. Spin might get Cherry now as well. So Cherry has to regroup and get that position all over again. Actually, it was Spin who he overtook, but he was always ahead of Mo. So Mo's overtook Spin and then overtook Cherry as well. Pyro still putting some pressure on Tap while we're at it. Not really close enough to trouble a move. Cherry getting close again to Mo. Now this is the lap that we want to see. Keep our eyes on the fastest lap, because we're going to see how quickly Scotty is going to be closing in on Klinger shortly. Scotty with a 35.3, really quick lap. And you see Tap ahead is defending from Pyro, and Mo, I mean, if I'm Cherry, I'm dive bombing here. I've got the better tyres to do it. Just have to brake as late as possible. He is going to go for it. Gets alongside and gets the position finally, but he could have been ahead of Pyro and Tap by now, I reckon, if he hadn't have lost that place back to Mo. So Scotty is on a 35.3 compared with 36.8 for Klinger. So that's 1.5 seconds a lap quicker he is. Higgsy 36.9, actually a little bit slower than Klinger as well. So Scotty's got 5.5 laps left to try and get past Klinger here. I think he can get at least P2, surely. Just needs to make 0 mistakes. And what about for Cherry? Cherry trying to still hunt down Pyro and Tap, who are going side by side here through Sector 3. Pyro looks like he's finally got that position done on Tap. Someone's... I thought someone made a mistake. I heard some tyres screeching, but I think everyone is navigating the corners all right. So Cherry's got past Tap as well. Hold on. Something's happened with Tap. So Cherry's just going to send it on the inside with those better soft tyres. Gets past Tap. Kind of catches him off guard a little bit there. This is going to probably be Cherry's best feature race of the season. Oh dear. Spin's actually not spanned that much this season. There we go. He might actually struggle to finish in the top 10 now, because here comes Sarge, who's, yeah, he's going to get past. So a little bit further up, Taps with his amazing acceleration might still get Cherry here into turn 1. Cherry has to be super late on the brakes once again, just like he was with Mo the previous lap. Doesn't look like he was late on the brakes, but he's going to be able to carry more grip through the corner and just keep ahead that way. What about Scotty? Scotty set 36 flats, that was 7/10 down. He was a second quicker than Klinger, but he still doesn't really have him in his sights yet. So, I don't know. P3 for sure. P2, tall order at the moment. Now, Pyro's been on these medium tires for an awful long time. He loses it a little bit into the entry of that corner, and it might be game over for him versus Cherry. Tap looks like he's lost a spot to Mo as well, so Tap really falling backwards here in this second half of the race. Cherry might actually be able to catch Whack before the end of this one. So this undercut really benefited the two Citroens, managed to get themselves into really great positions, but everyone who pit super late is going to start coming back at them now in these last 4 laps that we've got. Yeah, look at that. The 296 just doesn't have good speed when you're going... Like, Pyro wasn't that deep into his slipstream there, and he just completely caught up by the end of the straight. And the Citroen is not known for having good straight line speed. So... And now this is probably the section of the track where Cherry will start driving away a little bit. So yeah, I don't know, top speed, I think in medium speed tracks, yeah, the 296 just isn't cutting it too much. What about at the front? Scotty is trying to catch Klinger. He set a 35.8 that time with a 37.1 for Klinger. And what about Higgsy? 37 flat as well. So Klinger and Higgsy really similar in lap times. Definitely one of Klinger's best feature races. Started P2. Looks like he's potentially ending P2. Scotty's softs might die before he is able to put a serious challenge on this spot. Let's go towards the back. Let's see where everyone's shaking out. So Gunmad's out on the softs. He set a 36.1. Oh, Jack actually quit the race. I did see he he pit and then got a 3-second penalty and then quit out of the race. So I think that'll be a quali ban for his next one, unfortunately for him. So a race to forget for the Jag team. Kira started P1 and is in 14th right now. Hulk's dropping back still. Going to drop behind Deco. Sarge really driving away from them. Trying to stay with Spin here, maybe to get a top 10 to end the race. Someone's come into the pits actually. Hulk's come in. I think he wants to try and set a fastest lap. Not a good idea, I don't think, because you're not going to get as many points for the fastest lap as you were going to get for finishing in the position where you were in. Mo and Tap now having a nice little battle by the looks of it. Tap's been defending well, but he has still been losing the positions. That's the problem. No beans. He did come in earlier than everyone else, so maybe this is the his punishment for that. Switchback potentially. No, not able to get the switchback done as well. Cherry might get P5 here off of Whack. Whack's got a half-second penalty at the worst, potentially the worst part of the race. Everyone's struggling to take the final corner. So he's probably a second ahead of Cherry now. With just a half-second penalty, that's going to drop him massively. Really late on the brakes from Whack there. Both of them going pretty deep. And Cherry up into 5th now, so we've got 2 of the 296s in the top 5. Pyro not really there to threaten. Mo dropping back a little bit off of Tap now, and we've had a change of position here a while ago. So Klinger just taking the corner poorly, and Scotty's just going to swoop through there. Now he's got 2 laps left, and he's not going to, I don't think, be able to catch Higgsy. There's quite a big gap, but he should have enough in him to hold off Klinger. So a P2 at the end for Scotty with the medium soft strategy. Absolutely insane. So we've got Cherry ahead of Whack, ahead of Pyro. Maybe Pyro's going to try and get this position on Whack as well. They're quite similarly paced, Pyro and Whack, aren't they? They're usually pretty close together in all of the races. Whether they have mistakes or not. They have dropped Tap and Mo. Maybe Mo could have kept up with them, but it looks like he's been hindered a little bit. Spin has held Sargent back pretty nicely as well. And Hulk's going for the fastest lap on this one. Let's see if he's actually going purple. Low fuel run. He's going to score 2 points at least, potentially 3. Not a good race round for Hulk, who's been in the fight a little bit this season. He is a lot quicker than his own lap, but he's not gone purple. So Higgsy is well and truly in his final lap. He's almost put a lap on Gunbad, actually, to be honest. This is going to be, unless he has a spin at the end of this one, his 4th win in 5 races. He dropped 11 points on Eli in the first one. He's going to gain another maybe 6 or 7 on him in this one, so he's still going to have around about a 20-point gap on Eli. So it has come down in this round, despite him getting a win, mainly due to the rain. So Higgsy's going to have to maybe think about his performance in the wet, because we do have Autopolis coming up in 2 weeks' time, which is guaranteed wet weather. He's going to round the final corner now. Yeah, he's going to be racking up those wins in the Hall of Fame for the lower tiered wins in what is probably his only season back in Tier 3, as he wins his 4th race in 5. Higgsy in the Audi ahead of Scotty, who's going to cross the line with the tiniest of life left on those front tyres to take a really good P2. Klinger, P3 at the end, one of his best results of the season. Another podium. I think that's 3 podiums in 4 races for Klinger. Captain Eli, all on his own in the end, in P4 in the Z4. Then we have Cherry, best feature race of the season as well, in 5th. Whack is going to be in 6th, Pyro is in 7th, Tap is in 8th, Mo's in 9th. A little bit further down, we're going to have Spin in 10th here. Then another gap, Sarge couldn't keep up with Spin. I think his tyre's dead at the end of this one. 11th ahead of Deco. Kira is going to be in 13th in the end, so only scoring 4 points today for Kira. Hulks, his first lap wasn't good enough. Is the second lap going to be good enough for the faster lap? Let's see. It is not, but he's going to get 2 points for his troubles, and Gunmad is going to be a little bit later on. There we go. To take the single point, and Jack scores 0 because he DNF'd this one. But Gunmad actually took the fastest lap there, right at the end. So really solid lap at the end for Gunmad. At least he gets 2 points for his troubles, and he takes that fastest lap off of Scotty. So that's it. So next week we're at Tokyo South counterclockwise, which is the returning track from last season. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.